And now on 98.5 The Sports Hub, the Sizzlin Sports Talk Radio Show. Here's your host, Chuck Scott.
Hey there, and welcome to the Sizzlin Sports Talk Radio Show on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Coming up next, we have Brian Hoyer, or is it Johnny Manziel? We know the answer, but what is your opinion on it? Also, the NFL MVP race and Marty Brodeur signing with the St. Louis Blues. How will that affect his resume? Plus, your calls coming up on the Sizzlin Sports Talk Radio Show. I'm Chuck Sizzle. I'm with the Wolf and the Happa over here at 98.5 The Sports Hub. Guys, our first topic of the day, it's going to be Johnny Manziel or Brian Hoyer. We know Brian Hoyer's getting one last shot, but who should it be? Well, Wolf, we'll start with you.
Right now, at this point in the season, it should be Brian Hoyer.
Why? Why should it be Brian Hoyer?
He's taken them this far, and he should just keep going and try to get
7-5 is real far. Why is that real far?
Because they're, what are they, one game out in the playoffs? I mean, Manziel obviously is a very exciting prospect, but, I mean, Hoyer should finish the job on the season, let Manziel learn a little more, and go into next season.
Do you think Manziel can learn? I mean, he's one of those free-form quarterbacks.
He said everything right so far in the season. He's, besides this little incident that happened.
What does that prove? He's a great PR agent. That's it. Hopper, what do you got?
You dance with who brung you. That's what you got to do. Brian Hoyer. They're 7-5 with Brian Hoyer as a starter.
Wait. Can you repeat what you dance with? What?
You dance with who brung you.
With brung you.
You dance with who brung you.
Brung
That's
ya.
how you do it, baby.
Brung
That's how
ya.
you do it in Boston, Chuck Sizzle.
Why?
Sounds like
You
you're
dance-
from Mississippi.
You dance with who brung you. Brian Hoyer has got them to this point. This is better than what Cleveland has done in recent years. They've had a couple playoff stints in the last 10 years, but that's about it. They haven't really won a playoff game, never have, and Brian Hoyer gets them to 7-5. They're in playoff contention. He's played well, had a few shaky starts in his last week.
Like four shaky starts in a
But guess
row.
what? They're still winning games. They are still winning games. They're 7-5.
But
So
let ask you this. Are they winning games despite him or because of him?
who's your quarterback?
Brian Hoyer right now
Brian
is
Hoyer is
their
your quarterback. So you're gonna risk all of that by putting Johnny Manziel in, taking all the chemistry, everything that you have with Brian Hoyer that you have built up to this season.
Right now, the Philadelphia Eagles are winning with Mark Sanchez. Can Johnny Manziel do any worse than Mark Sanchez?
The Eagles don't have a chance. They have an option just to put Sanchez in because Nick Foles is hurt. It's out of the situation. If you're choosing to take Brian Hoyer out when they're in the middle of a playoff race,
And to put a rookie in,
Thank you, Wolf. Put a rookie in who's unproven at this point of the season,
Right.
you'd be nuts.
All right. How short is that leash? How short?
Very
Give
short.
me some feet.
Very
Give me
For
some
Brian
feet.
Hoyer.
Yeah, for Brian Hoyer. Feet to inches. How short is that leash?
There's none. Let him go the rest of the season.
Really?
You let him go the rest of the season.
Really? What if he goes out and throws 3 picks in the first half?
They're gonna take him out.
They're going to take him out, but they'd be
take him out.
stupid to take him out.
Why would they? He's throwing
They're gonna
3
take him out.
picks. He's had 4 shaky starts in a row. Why would that be stupid?
4 shaky starts, but how many of those they've won? They've won 2. They've won 2 in those starts.
You throw 3 picks in the first half, you're more than likely not going to win that. And so now you're looking at a 2-3
Let me ask
record in
you,
the last 5.
let's look at other 7-5 teams. If Joe Flacco throws 3 first-half picks, is he getting pulled? Is Ben
who's
Roethlisberger?
behind him? Who's behind Joe Flacco?
Yeah.
But do you know who Johnny Manziel?
Brian
what has
Hoyer's been a
Manziel-
backup quarterback his whole career.
But
for
what
a
has
reason.
Johnny Manziel done to this point? We
Well,
don't
that's
know.
not
We don't know.
fair to Brian Hoyer because he was behind Tommy Terrific over there in New England
Absolutely.
for 3
It's true.
years.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's
True.
like saying Aaron Rodgers is an all-time backup quarterback because he played 3 years behind Brett Favre.
And
Yeah,
when Brian
that's fair
Hoyer was in last year in Cleveland, before he got hurt, he was 3-0 as a starter. Now as a starter, he's 7-5. He's 10-5 in 15 starts in Cleveland. Better than what they've done. He has a chance to get them into the playoffs. And you're going to risk that because you got LeBron Jr. as your backup. That's
He's
what you're
also managed by LeBron James.
very
Now,
true. Very
LeBron
true.
James back in Cleveland, Ohio. Do you think he has any clout with the Cleveland? We know he runs the Cleveland Cavaliers organization. He runs it. He might as well be the owner. Does he have any clout with the Cleveland Browns? Hopper.
He should not.
Should not.
Yeah.
Should not.
Should
Does
not.
he?
He may.
He may.
Because it's
He
law.
may, but he should not either. There's just no way.
All right, Chance, give me some percentage of, like, the clout. Is it 10% to where, like, LeBron James throws a tweet out there and now the owner comes down to Patton and it's like, hey, let's get this Johnny guy out there. Let's get Johnny Starter out there. And then Patton just kind of says, no, I'm the coach, I'm making the decision. Or is it 90% to where he has a direct line to Patton?
If GM Ray Farmer does that, wait for the Draft Day 2 sequel to where it blows up even more in their face. If he really is going to take...
Do they hire Kevin Costner? Again.
Ooh. I'd like to see Spacey in there. I think he could do it.
House of Cards style?
I didn't see the movie.
I think so.
House of Cards, Kevin Spacey?
Yes, that would be perfect.
Absolutely. House of Cards is great. So you guys think Johnny Hoyer, or Brian Hoyer, I think Johnny Manziel should start. I think you're in the NFL. The NFL is the sexiest league out there right now. By far. Let's get the money sign going. Let's get the sexiness up there. Let's get this PR campaign going. Would you take a job, start with Wolf, would you take a job in their PR department if Johnny Football is out on that field now?
Absolutely.
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 How would you spin that? Give me how you would spin that in the press release, Wolf.
The press release? Johnny Football's here.
Johnny Football's
the
here.
The future is here.
That's it. No sexy headline from you,
no
Wolf.
sex. Everyone knows what he
What
is
about
now.
you, Hopper?
Cleveland plain dealer, when he got drafted, here's Johnny. That's what they said.
Here's
You would
Johnny.
love to take a job.
Would you use the Shining photo and then put him in there?
Oh, you're one step ahead of me.
Oh.
And who would be the twins at the end of the hall? A little boy on the tricycle. Wouldn't be Josh Gordon on the tricycle.
Wouldn't be or would?
Wouldn't be.
Why not?
That would be a scandal.
I don't think Josh Gordon.
Would you put a little smoke? A little Photoshop there, a little smoke coming out from behind him, maybe a little bit.
That's interesting to say. Do you put that on there and risk your job in the PR department with the Browns? I don't know. Maybe that flies in Oakland, but I don't know about Cleveland.
Not Cleveland. Definitely in Oakland.
Oh man. Oh, sorry. So you bring up Oakland too. They have Derek Carr, who, by all intents and purposes, is not doing bad for a rookie quarterback. So who's in worse shape right now? Obviously, record-wise, we know where Oakland is, but this kind of situation where if Brian Hoyer, pulls his head out of his two cheeks and really plays well going down the stretch, gets the Browns into the playoffs, God forbid, wins a goddamn playoff game. Your brain's all over the place right now off that. But so now they have a choice. They have Johnny Manziel paying a lot of money, first-round draft pick, have to re-sign Hoyer, who's going to be looking for money, who just won the Cleveland Browns' first playoff series or game, I think 30 years. So for like the entire franchise until they had since Jim Brown or Otto Graham. Pulling some Otto Graham. Or is it the Raiders who have a definite, kind of where they're going? Darren McFadden's a nice little talent at running back, gets hurt a lot, but if you have Derek Carr throwing the ball around, you don't have to give it to him as much. Which franchise do you see turning this around quicker, Wolf?
Cleveland or Oakland?
Yeah.
Cleveland, 100%.
Cleveland.
Oakland, they have nothing around them.
Happen.
Nothing.
Oakland, tons of cap space, and I look at Cleveland's situation at quarterback with Johnny Manziel. They're paying him the money, but look at what Seattle did. Seattle brings in Matt Flynn, gives him a huge contract, also has Tavares Jackson. They get Russell Wilson in the third round of the draft, still in his rookie contract. They say, you know what? F the money. We're going to put the best man out there for the job. And look what happened. Seattle goes and wins the Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. If you think Brian Hoyer's the best man for the job, which he's done right now, he's been the better quarterback because they've won 7 games.
You seem to agree. You seem to disagree.
With keeping Brian Hoyer, you're saying?
If he continues to win games for them.
Does this turn into a Tim Tebow thing to where you can't ignore the numbers? And
Cleveland needs a fan base also. They're growing with this season alone, but Manziel is going to bring in the ratings. He's going to bring in the money. He's going to bring in everything. Brian Hoyer is not sexy.
You don't have to be sexy. I mean, it is a sexy thing. I was playing a little devil's advocate. You don't have to be sexy to win games. Russell Wilson was not a sexy pick. Turned into a sexy pick with the hair.
Yeah.
Did the hair?
Good jawline.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But turned into sexy pick, but he wasn't sexy going out. So last question before we wrap up this segment, we'll get back to your calls. You're listening to the Sizzlin Sports Talk Radio Show on 98.5 The Sports Hub. If you're at a bar and you got a girl and she says, "Oh man, Johnny Manziel should be starter," and you guys both think Hoyer should be in there, do you agree or do you start that argument? Hopper.
Let's get you another cocktail.
That was my answer.
Let's get you another cocktail. We're going to have some fun tonight. She's all about Johnny Football. You keep your opinions to the side. You keep her talking. You pump drinks into her. See what happens, boys.
She's good to go.
Pump drinks into her.
Get her some chat and see what else she can say.
You got to be careful with that, though.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Really?
Buy her a couple beers and See what happens.
Buy her a couple. So you got beers,
Couple
you got
beers.
cocktails.
Yeah.
Which one? Like which one?
Depends what she likes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
But a
You
classy,
gotta
is a
play it.
classy
Are you
lady
willing-
drinking. Is she pumping natty down her throat, or what's she drinking? Is she drinking sangria
good
and long
craft
First of all,
beer.
she's
Good
craft beer, yeah.
drinking natty. I'm going to another girl.
She probably sounds like this if she's drinking natty, smoking butts at the bar when she's not supposed to.
Well, if she's drinking Yingling.
Yangley's
It's
a
a
classy
classy
broad
beer.
right there.
It
It's a
is.
classy
It's a classy
broad. She
broad.
likes tradition. You know she's patriotic.
Where do we stand on PBRs?
PBRs. Well, she's hipster, but that's cool.
No.
Yeah, we can.
I'm all right. I can do hipster. I can do hipster. If it's Bud Light, you're too much of a trend. You know, you follow the trend
Bud
way
Light's
too
all
much.
right.
PBR.
Bud Light's all right.
At least you're trying as a hipster. At least you're trying. May wear the skinny jeans for your girl. Might grow the mustache out a little bit. You know, you got a little bit. Well, we have to wrap it up real quick. We have to go to a break. At the other end of that break, we'll take your calls on this subject, Johnny Manziel or Brian Hoyer. Also, we'll get your thoughts on the NFL MVP race, and we'll give our top 5 each. And also, Martin Brodeur going to be sporting blue and yellow. Can't believe I'm saying it. What does it do for his legacy? We'll take your calls on that and get our opinions coming up next on the Sizzlin Sports Talk Radio Show.